that world-class employer. We want to sort of embrace new ways of working, and we can have nice fancy statements and PowerPoint all around the place saying that, Emma. But is it the reality? And I think that is, what I always think about culture is it's what actually happens when your boss isn't looking, and it's what really is going on in this organization, what people really say about this, if they felt really safe to do it, and how do you tap into that? And for me, I think it's really important to create that sort of safe environment where people can share their perspectives openly, and what's great and what maybe needs to change. And I do think it comes back to the kind of shadows that the leaders create on an organization. Like, is it okay to sort of rock the boat and have a perspective that might be counter my peer? Is it okay to challenge the status quo? Is it okay to be really honest about, how I'm feeling in this moment? And so, I've always felt strongly that this kind of role modeling from the very top is the single most important thing I can do as the HR leader, is to sit and say, okay, well, the CEO and the top team don't actually walk the talk. Those fancy slides and all those nice words, they mean nothing, because people kind of go, okay, well, yeah, that's all nice slides, but it's not actually what I see happening on a day-to-day basis. So I think, again, in this moment, that's where people are getting really, really, they're challenging. They're kind of going, okay, we're saying these things, but are we actually doing it? And they're looking at their leaders and seeing what they're modeling. And I think everyone right now that I talk to, regardless of age, gender, where they're from and all, is talking about this sort of idea of kind of, I want to work somewhere where there's purpose driven. I want to feel like my voice counts. I want to feel like I'm surrounded by different types of people, not all the same. I want to see myself, particularly at senior levels. I don't want to see people that are not like me. I want to know that there's high standards on things like ethics and performance. And most importantly, I want to be working for leaders that I want to follow. I want to sort of believe in them, be inspired by them. I want to see that they're having an impact. So I think, the external factors now, like things like Glassdoor, where employees can go and basically say what they want about a company in a very anonymous way, are again shifting things, because we can't control that. And anyone can go and see what's Mambu really like to work for in the eyes of our employees, rather than what I might tell you here on this podcast. So I think it is just, back to this thing of, I think there was a great quote from, I think it was Accenture, who basically said, COVID-19 for leaders and HR teams has been like a time machine to the future, and it's not gone back. And so, leaders and HR teams just need to realize that. But I do think this piece about, walk the talk is so important. It's always been important, but I think it's really important right now.